We are now live. Hey players, welcome to another live stream here on my channel. For those of you that don't know, my name is Josh, and every single week I make videos sharing tips, ideas, and stories teaching you how to be your best self. And in this live stream, I'm going to be sharing 5 powerful traits that will make you stand out to your crush. These are going to be things that you can sit and actually work on, things you can take time to think about. How can I improve this skill? How can I work on improving and bettering that piece of my life so that when I talk to my crush, when I try to make friends, when I just want to feel more comfortable with who I am, I know that I can do that. I'm a big believer in the fact that everyone has what it takes to be somebody great. I think you right now have exactly what you need to be somebody great. And part of the challenge we run into, especially with our crushes, is that we don't really know how to showcase those best qualities. We get nervous, we get scared, we overthink things. So hopefully by honing in and realizing these specific traits are things you can work on, you can actually start to beat that nervousness and start to defeat that self-doubt that may hold you back. Now, before I get into the points, I want to give shout outs to all the early birds here in the chat. So if you're someone that's here right from the get-go, you're one of the early birds, jump in, hit the thumbs up button if you haven't already, and jump into the chat right now and say hi, and I will give you your early bird shout out. Let's see who we got in here. Yancy Cobian, good to see you, Yancy. Amani, always happy to have you in here. Rage Master, Andrew Dominguez, Hamish K, Haley, good to see you, Haley. Melvin, Guimi, is that right? Azim is in here. Judah Rondez. Let's see. Rage Master. I think I said Rage Master. Red Lightning. Alex Burns. Let's see. Pizza with 1,000 subscribers. Michael Tekri. Mohammed Salah Krush. I think I said that correctly. Austin is in here. Darth Vader. Good to have you, Lord Vader. Dave Video Studios. Trinity the Monkey. Sam Leach. Dark Tar Official. Let's see who else we got here. Tamara Gordon. Guys, Ryan Razon, always a pleasure to have you guys in here. I love doing these live streams. I love interacting with you. If you guys have questions, I consider them burning questions. These are questions that are on your mind. You have me live right now, something you want to ask me. I will stop what I'm talking about, stop whatever point I'm making, and I will address your question. I call these burning questions. These are questions that you need answers to. All you have to do is click the super chat button down below, right to where you're typing there. You should be able to donate $1, $2, whatever it is, and your question will pop up in front of me. I'll stop what I'm doing and I will answer it, guys. So if you have a burning question, make sure to use that option. Now, I want to jump in and I noticed that I want to address something before I kind of get into the points here. I noticed that there's a lot of people kind of arguing that were arguing before the live stream started in the chat box. One thing I want to say, guys, is this. This community, what we're trying to make here, what we're trying to build is a open, caring, kind place. And if you have conflicts with other people, like Haley had mentioned, Haley's one of our moderators here and also in the Discord. Like Haley had mentioned, guys, try to resolve it. Try to talk it out with that person. There's no need to do it in a public forum like these chats. Message them, talk to them, let them know, hey, something you said might have hurt my feelings. Something you said rubbed me the wrong way. I guarantee if you were to pull it out from the public eye and you were to privately just sit and talk to that person, you guys would work through whatever it is you're kind of dealing with right now. So please, if you guys are fighting with each other, solve it, resolve it privately. I think that's probably the best way to go about it. Now, what I really want to do as I go through these traits is I want to get your guys' feedback. I want to know where you guys stand. The way I've kind of structured it as I walk through these traits is that it is incredibly important for you guys to share your perspective, what you feel makes you unique in those situations, how you feel those traits stand out for you and your own attachment to them. So I really want super engagement on this live stream. I want every single person watching right now to jump in whenever I do chat polls and whenever I ask questions. I want to get your guys' feedback. I think that's the best way for all of us to learn and grow together. Now, I want to jump in and read some of the comments before I start here. Ryan Lasselin says, what will be the first powerful trait that will make you stand out to your crush? That's a good question, Ryan. We're going to get to that in just a minute here. Yelsha says, been a while since I had the time to watch your streams, but I'm glad that I can at least join for a bit. Yelsha, always a pleasure to have you in here. I've seen you pop in before in the past, so I'm always glad to see you part of our community here. Ryan says, what's up, Josh? Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're having a good day too, man. Okay, let's jump into the first trait here because I want to break it down. I want to have enough time to break that down as well. The first trait we're going to look at here is your life experiences. Now, the reason why I call these powerful traits is because if you can learn to really put a huge emphasis on these things in how you talk to your crush and what you demonstrate and what you do, I think you're going to stand out above other people, because a lot of times the reason why people don't stand out is because they don't allow their uniqueness, their individuality to kind of shine through. So when we look at the first trait, which is your life experiences, this I think is a big indicator of what's going to make you different from everyone else. Because let's be real here, guys. Every single person has a different journey through life. Every single person has different experiences and stories and memories. Every single person has had different hardships and sorrows and happy moments and sad moments. Like, we are a hodgepodge of a million different things that have happened across our life so far. There are so many more things to come. Each and every day that you're alive brings a whole new day of experiences for you to kind of interpret and enjoy and experience. So when I dive into this idea of your life experiences, I think what's going to separate you from all the other people here is being able to talk about your life experiences in a way that's interesting, in a way that's fun, in a way that's engaging, right? Far too many people kind of travel around and walk around thinking, well, nothing makes me unique, nothing makes me special. And I think that couldn't be further from the truth. So what I want you to really think about when we talk about your life experiences is think about all the fun moments and things that have happened in your life. I've done a bunch of life story videos here, storytime videos on YouTube, where I've talked about different experiences, how I thought there was a ghost in my house, or how I almost got arrested, or how I vomited in class in front of my crush. These are all videos I've done. You can search them up and look it up. But, like all of these different moments I felt were impactful in my life. And they're interesting stories now to tell people, because it's like at the time of them happening, it was kind of crazy, but looking back on it now, I can say, well, that was an interesting and fun story. So it's a fun story I may want to bring up to someone or share with my friends or talk to my crush about. If your crush can hear you sharing those interesting stories, then you're going to end up standing out. Hamish, thank you so much for the £2 super chat. Hamish says, I hate my life and I can't go on any longer being single. Hamish, I'm so sorry to hear that, man. I know exactly how you feel. I know that, for a while you've been kind of struggling with being single and dealing with those emotions and those feelings. And I know it's incredibly difficult and hard for you. But what I want you to understand, Hamish, is this. It's that, the best way to kind of start moving towards getting out of being single is to start looking at your options and your opportunities for talking to people and meeting people. Now, Hamish, I've talked to you in the past. We've had our super chat, not a super chat, our champion chat member conversations and stuff, where basically, we've looked at different dating apps that you're on. We've looked at different websites you're on. I think, Hamish, that you have to kind of probably double down in that. I know we looked at one dating site that was kind of for farmers and rural people, and I think that it may be worth it to look back at that, to review your profile, to maybe change up your pictures, put new pictures up, and to make the effort to message more people, to start conversations, to ask them questions. I think the only way you're going to move out of being single is by changing up the things that you're doing day to day. A lot of times people feel upset that they're single, they feel hurt, they feel torn inside, and those are very real feelings. It's not to say, oh, get over it. Never. But I think that if you want to start to move out of those feelings, you need to start changing up what your day-to-day routine may look like. And I know for you, Hamish, one of those things maybe is diving more into online dating and making the effort to reach out to people and stepping out of your comfort zone there. I think that might be super helpful for you, Hamish. Thank you again for the £2 super chat. I truly appreciate it. And, yeah, guys, I know that's a struggle that I think a lot of people here have, being single, and it just kind of weighs you down. It makes you feel like annoyed that you just don't have anyone and you want to be with someone. So I understand where you're coming from there. But when I talk about sharing your life experiences, it really is tapping into your story bank, your experiences, and finding a way to kind of tell those stories in a way that's interesting for your crush to want to hear them. I think back to my own life and I think, okay, what made me different from other people? And I think, well, it's the experiences that I shared, the connections I built with people by talking about my life, talking about the things I'm interested, talking about my hobbies, talking about my interests, and also learning about my crush's interests as well. So I'm going to jump in and do a chat poll here. I want to hear what you guys have to say. We're talking about, the first trait being your life experiences, what you carry, what you've been through, what you've experienced. And I want to know here, guys, it's not so much a yes or no question, but it is a chat poll question. So I want you to share. Think back in your life. Think of one story, one interesting or crazy or funny or exciting or scary story, something that has happened in your life, and type it out in the chat right now. I'll think of my own life. What's something recent that happened that was a crazy story? Okay, a crazy story that I would probably talk to people about and tell would be how there was a blackout for an entire week in my neighborhood, and what it was like dealing with it, and how crazy it was, and how I actually felt more productive and wanted to clean the house during the day before nightfall. It was pretty crazy, but it becomes an interesting story for me now because I'm just reflecting on my life. So when you're talking to your crush and you're sitting there going, I've got nothing to talk to them about, I've got nothing to say, there's nothing interesting about me, I think you're not really reflecting on your life deep enough. You got to really think like, hey, what was it like when I got together with my friends for my birthday? Or what did I do last summer when I went to a theme park? Or, hey, what was that crazy time I almost died? Like, oh my God, crazy story. Think back to those experiences in your life and think how you can share those with your crush in a way that's interesting. Now, if you guys check out my video that's coming out next Tuesday, I'm going to dive deeper into how to make your stories interesting so that your crush cares about them. Because I think that's something a lot of people struggle with, talking about themselves without kind of sounding too boasty and boring, and I want to help you guys with that. Okay, I asked you guys here, what's one crazy story? Oh no, the chat's going slow. Okay, what's one crazy story that you guys have been through? And I want to see what you guys had said here. Haley says, I had bone cancer when I was 8. Wow. Flatlined twice, made me stronger at a very young age. That is insane, Haley. I didn't even know that. That's pretty crazy. Like, whoa, you're a fighter beyond fighters, I gotta say. That is insane. Scratchy Cone says, when I was a kid, when I was at school, a kid pulled a pocket knife out and stabbed me. Oh my God, Scratchy, that's terrible, man. That's horrible. But these stories of our hardships and resilience, I think can allow people to see the uniqueness of us, right? Because sometimes we feel like what's special about us, but these crazy things that have happened to us that we've lived through, that we fought through, that we have fought on for another day is what makes us so unique. Let's see what else you guys said here. I want to see, share your stories, guys. I want to hear what else you guys have been through. Andrew says, my crazy story is that I'm back at school where there's no social distancing. That is a crazy story to share, Andrew. That's something you could talk to your crush about, like ask them how they feel about the fact that no one's social distance. And if your crush thinks it's weird too, now you guys have something in common that you can bond over. Like how everyone else is crazy, no one's social distancing. Muhammad says, my favorite singer mentioned me in a podcast. That's really awesome, guys. Look, if you've ever gotten a shout out from a celebrity or tagged on something or anything like that, that's cool. That's fun to share. That makes you unique and makes you stand out. So like I was saying, think back to your personal stories now. You can share them. Let's see what else you guys have here. Let's see if I can say this right. Karav the Cuber, maybe I said that right, says how a random lady waved at me and then I called for my dad and then she started crossing the street. Yeah, that's a pretty weird story. Stuart says, I mind this one time when all the horses escaped the field under my watch because one of them floored me. Oh boy. So you got attacked by a horse, man. That is like prime time YouTube title. Like I got attacked by a horse story time, but yeah, that's crazy. Let's see. Trinity the Monkey says, yo, Josh, I have a quick question. Me and my crush both really like each other. We've been on one date kind of thing. When would be a good time to ask her out? That's a good question. I think when it comes to asking out your crush, if you've been on one date, is do you feel like if you were to ask them out, one, do you think they'd say yes now? And two, do you feel like one date is enough for you to kind of get close enough to them to want to build physical intimacy, meaning put your arm around them, kiss them, hold their hand, all those different things. If you don't feel like you're there yet, go on a second date. Go on a few dates until you feel you're at that point. Alan says, I want to go back into the Discord server, speak to your members, and tell them I'm ready to go back in and help them. Alan, you just got to speak to the Discord members. We have some mods in here, so you can always tag them and see what happens there. Let's see. I'm going to read a few more stories here. Alex Burns says, nothing great in my life. I have no girlfriends. I'm single. Girls don't like me. I've been shutting me like, let's see. Is that 1 million? Or it's 1 billion? No, that's 10 million. No, that's 1 million. 1 million times. So Alex Burns, I don't believe you. I mean, I think that you do have an interesting life. I think you do have interesting stories and things that have happened to you, because sometimes the things that have happened to us, we don't always think they're interesting. We think, oh, like Alex, have you lived in the same place all your life? Did you ever do anything crazy with your friends when you were younger? Are you planning to go to any specific college or study anything that you're interested in? Have you ever read a book that really moved you? Have you ever, gotten a shout out from a celebrity? Like, there's so many little things that we have, like encounters we have in our life that we overlook, that are actually interesting stories. So that's why I was saying, when you talk about your experiences, think back to the fun and interesting things you've gone through, because that's going to help you kind of be more comfortable sharing more about yourself. Hamish, thank you again for the £5 super chat. Hamish said, my crazy story is my friend pushed a teacher down the stairs. She ended up in the hospital with brain damage. That is horrible. That is so sad. Oh man. Yeah, guys, look, if there are stories too that of things that you've done or people have done that are also bad, like you've witnessed someone doing something bad, that may also be an interesting story to share, of how you realized in that moment you didn't want to be friends with that person anymore, or how that was your wake up moment to realize, whoa, I got to change my life. Sometimes we're around people that do negative things, or sometimes we do negative things, and if that negative thing is part of our story and it was part of our change and growth and made us realize, hey, it's time to shape up, then it's important to tell that story, because it's part of your experience. And I think that what makes you unique is that experience. Okay, I want to move into point number 2 here, guys. I'm loving reading all your guys' stories here. Tell you what, guys, if I didn't get to read your story, once this live stream gets posted on YouTube, jump into the comments and share your story there. You can write a long form version of it. I will read every single one of them. I love hearing your guys' experiences and what you guys have dealt with through life. So, Hamish, thank you again for the £5 super chat. That is a crazy and sad thing that has happened. And I hope that you've distanced yourself from that person altogether. Okay, let's jump into point number 2 here. This is going to be the second trait that you want to kind of focus on and work on building. And that is this. The second trait is your perspectives and your beliefs. Now, I kind of group them together because I think that there is an overlap, because your perspectives is how you see the world, how you interpret things that are happening, how you react and reflect on things that are happening. And your beliefs tend to be the things that you feel drive you, the things that kind of give you purpose, the things that inspire you, right? Beliefs can be religious. Beliefs can be spiritual. Beliefs can be fun and exciting things like, like don't step on a crack or you break your mom's back type of thing. Like these fun spiritual beliefs and things that we kind of carry forward in our lives. So what's really going to make you unique is being able to showcase and talk about your perspective and your beliefs about things. So let me give you a bit more detail to what I'm saying here, guys. When I talk about your perspectives on things, a lot of times people kind of react to situations very similarly how other people react, right? Something crazy happens, they get upset, they get furious, they yell, they scream, and that's that. Now, if you want to stand out, you have to show your crush or show anyone, your friend, your family, even yourself, that you're willing to reflect on your perspectives. A lot of people just are quick to react and quick to judge, quick to make comments. And I think that where your crush is going to start to look at you differently is if they see that you're very introspective and you can think about things and you think about what you say and you think about your actions. Motorcycles going by. Working on your perspective is something like, for example, so this is something I've been trying to work on for the last few years. How do I look at a situation? How do I interpret a situation? Do I just jump in and judgmentally decide who's right and who's wrong? Or do I take a step back and go, hey, hold on, let me understand the full context here. Let me see what that person's perspective is. Let me see what the other person's perspective is. And let me try to gain a better sense of what's happening. So if your crush sees that you're not quick to just jump into things hot-headed, they're going to realize, wow, this person's cool, calm, and collected, and they got their stuff together, right? Not a lot of people have their things together. They're just, like I said, very emotional outbursts without any kind of thought process. And if your crush can see that you're willing to be a little bit more level-headed, that's an attractive quality. That's something that shows that, hey, this person would be a good partner. This person would be a caretaker. This person would be a leader. This person would be some kind of a provider for me, to take care of me and help me and guide me and be there for me. And with your beliefs, guys, people are sometimes very afraid to have conversations about their beliefs. They feel like it may push their crush away, but I honestly think that if you have such strong beliefs in something, whether it's religion, or spirituality, or anything, that it is important to talk about those things, because it's difficult when you're trying to get with a partner or get a girlfriend or get a boyfriend that carries radically different beliefs than you, totally different beliefs, right? So like if you carry a belief that all people matter in this world and every life is precious, all people matter, I care about all living beings, then if your crush doesn't, your crush is like, I don't care about them, then you guys are going to have radically different beliefs, and it's going to be hard for the two of you to get together. But if you never talk about those beliefs, you're never going to see that there's incongruence, that it's not worth pursuing this person. So I'm going to jump into the chat now and hear what you guys have to say. We'll get a chat poll going up here. I want to know, what are some of the beliefs that you guys carry? We'll do beliefs, then we'll do perspectives. What are some of the beliefs that you guys carry? Like for me, I'm a firm believer that all sentient beings, all living, feeling beings that are conscious of feeling, don't deserve to be harmed, or they deserve to not be harmed, rather. Maybe that's a more grammatically correct way to say it. There's no reason to harm them, right? So like for example, that's one of the reasons why I went vegan, for the simple purpose of, hey, if I can choose not to harm other beings, then I'm not going to. Now, for me, my wife is also vegan, so we both share that common belief of caring about other beings and not wanting to hurt them if we have the choice not to, or not contributing to the harm. So for you, belief might be something religious. Maybe you believe in Christianity, you believe in Jesus, you believe in Islam, you believe in Judaism or Buddhism or Hinduism, whatever it may be. If those are really strong beliefs for you, it is important to talk about that so that you can attract and find a crush that has similar beliefs, and it'll make it easier for the two of you to kind of build the type of lifestyle that you want. So let me jump in and see what some of you guys are saying here. Let's see. I'm just reading through. Azim said, hey Josh, I love the 20 starters guide to know more, but how can you prevent these questions from sounding like you're interviewing someone and just have a good flirty conversation with a girl? That's a good question, Azim. I think the way that you can kind of use the icebreakers and I'll pull it up here. Let me just link it here. What Azim is talking about is my 20 icebreaker conversation starters guide here. It's a free guide I've put together with 20 different questions and follow-up questions that you can use when you're starting a conversation with someone. So if you're interested in checking that out, if you don't know what to talk about with your crush, this is just a good quick guide for you to look at. Sorry. And I think that if you want to use these icebreakers in a way that doesn't sound a little bit, like interviewer style, the best thing is to weave them into stories, right? Weave them into conversations where you might want to say something like, I think one of the icebreakers was, oh, thank you so much, Raymond, for the $1 super chat, man. Truly appreciate it, dude. Happy to have you part of this community, man. Love that you're a kind, caring person, man. I really appreciate that about you. Thank you for the $1 super chat. So what Azim was asking was basically, like, how do you kind of integrate those questions? I think what you could say is like, hey, me and my friends were having a conversation, by the way, about what the best movie is right now to watch on Netflix. What do you think? So, tie a backstory to what the question is. You might want to say, hey, I was just thinking, if I was ever stuck on a desert island, I don't know what item I would bring. What would you bring? So now you framed it like you were just thinking about something. So always add a framing to the question, right? It's not just a matter of like, hey, what do you think the best cereal is? It's, you know what? I haven't had like Lucky Charms in forever. Oh man, I miss it so much. What's your favorite cereal? What do you think the best cereal is? Like add context to the questions, and it helps the questions seem a little bit more natural and flowy. I asked you guys here, what are some beliefs that you guys carry? Let's see. Sam Leach said, I believe in the religion of Joshism. I seek to one day drink his holy water. Here's the holy water, guys. Let's see what else you guys said here. Mohammed said, I believe that everyone can be somebody great who can change the world to the better. Yeah, I agree with you on that, Mohammed. And look, If you're someone that believes in the potential of people, it's important to showcase that to your crush, to let your crush see that that's your perspective on life. That's how you carry things. That's what you believe in. Star Wars Nerd said, I got called a poopy head by my crush. Well, if your crush is calling you a poopy head, I wouldn't take it to heart. I would just think that maybe they're joking around or being silly there. Poopy head is a very, very serious offensive comment. No one gets called poopy head around here. You hear me? No one. Anyway, I'm just joking around. But yeah, I mean, if your crush said that, maybe they were trying to be jokey and stuff, I wouldn't take it to heart. Maybe it's just their way of joking around with you. Okay. Jalen says, I believe in God. Judith says, I'm Christian for life ever since I was born. Rage Master said, oh, wow, you remember bringing your water during the live stream. I have the water this week, guys. I have the water. Anyway, so like I was saying, to that second point, guys, I was saying your perspectives and your beliefs is what's going to allow you to stand out to your crush. A lot of times people act the same, look the same, think the same, do the same things. So if you carry yourself in a way, if you believe in certain things, if you act in a certain way for yourself, just according to your own values, in front of your crush or just in life, then I think that people around you are going to say, well, you know what? That's a person who has strong held, rooted beliefs in what they care about and what they want and what they believe about life. So I think it's incredibly important for you guys to think along those lines. What kind of perspectives do I carry about life? What kind of beliefs do I hold? And how can I show that more so that I stand out in my crush's eyes? Now, I see a lot of people mentioning creativity. Be creative. I think creativity matters. If you guys watch my last video on Tuesday, I talked and I showed the research behind how creativity is actually the standout quality that can matter more than good looks. So if you're someone that you feel like you're not the best looking, you're not that attractive, maybe you've taken the black pill in some instances, try to focus and center your creativity in your day-to-day life, because that'll increase your chances of potentially finding a partner more than just relying on your looks and other normal circumstances. Especially with something like online dating, which is very looks heavy and very think about when you're in a supermarket, you just look around. If you see an item that catches your eye, you grab it. It's like online dating kind of operates like that. You keep swipe until someone catches your eye. So if looks isn't your best quality, you're going to get swiped away really quickly. So focus on other aspects of your life, which is the creative ones, and pursue your hobbies so that you could potentially find a partner that A, has similar hobbies, and B, can observe you in that creative space. Melvin says, I don't want to offend anyone, but I think religion is stupid and only causes war and awful stuff. I think application of ideas can tend to be the problem, right? If people apply any kind of idea or belief system, not with the intention of care for others, then it can always lead to harm, right? Any belief system, it could be capitalism, it could be a religion, it could be anything, right? If care is not at the center of the belief system, then you can always end up moving into a path of harm. But I understand your perspective. But like I was saying, people keep mentioning creativity. So I want to jump in here, guys, because the third point is something I think makes a lot of sense to you guys, and that is this. The third trait you really want to highlight and put forward is your creative personality. Now, I'm going to dive deep into this question here, and I want each of you guys to jump in and give an answer. Every single person watching, I want to jump in and give their own answer for this, guys. When I talk about your creative personality, I mean really deeply thinking about the things that make you unique and that you enjoy, which include your hobbies and your interests and the things you like to do for fun. Some of you love to play video games. I know Hamish loves to play the flight simulator games. Some of you like to, manage things and moderate and create memes like Dono. Dono loves creating memes in our Discord server, which are top-notch memes, I gotta say. Other people here love to sing and just create fun videos on TikTok. Like Yancey, I know, makes really cool videos on TikTok all the time. So there's a lot of you guys that are actively involved in doing creative things. And there's always this curiosity of what do I say to my crush? How do I impress them? How do I get their attention? And I think being your creative self and inviting your crush into that space where you can be your creative self is a good path to take. If your crush can observe you being more creative, can observe you doing interesting things. Karam, there's no need to spam the question. You gotta just post it once, and then we can talk about it. But, if you can really think about what makes you creative and unique and showcase that in front of your crush, you're going to catch their attention. You're going to stand out from other people. So yeah, I see Hamish jumping in already. And this will be a quick chat poll here. I want to know, you guys, I want every single person watching to jump into the chat and share one creative hobby or interest that you have. What's one fun and creative thing you love to do? For me, I love to make YouTube videos. I love to do live streams. I love to interact with people. So I would say my creative hobby is just making videos, putting them on the internet, and then sharing my perspectives and hearing from other people what their perspectives are. So that's my creative hobby. What is your guys' creative hobby? Let's see what you guys said here. Rage Master said programming. Hamish said, I'm creative. My guitar playing makes me feel happy in a way. Awesome, man. Stuart said, my hobbies include comedy, usually offensive, singing, and horse riding. Awesome, dude. That's really cool. Milt said, I play soccer and video games. That's it. That's all you need, man. All you need is something fun that you enjoy. Let's see. Jalen says, I do karate. That's really cool, Jalen. Karate is a fun thing to do. I used to do karate when I was younger. Clickfire says, my aunt almost got kidnapped into human trafficking. Lucky some police officers busted and saved her life. Oh my God, that's so scary. I'm happy that she's safe now. Darktar says, I'm mostly a gamer, but I've been burnt out of it recently. Oh, I hear you on that, Darktar. Sometimes, you play games so much, it's like you need a break. Azim, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Thank you for the super chat. It hasn't popped up yet, but when it does pop, when you hear the fire sound, I'll bring it up. Azim says, do you think Instagram following should be a give and take type of thing? Follow people I like, but only if they follow back. Also, imagine if celebs followed back. Azim, I think you make a good point. I don't think Instagram should be a give and take type of thing in the sense that, hey, if you're not following me, I'm not following you. You got to understand this. It's that you want to have your feed filled with people that inspire you, right? Now, if you're someone who posts content regularly, you got to think, what is it you're doing with Instagram that people will want to follow you back? People do this all the time with me. They're like, hey, Josh, can you subscribe to my channel? And I always give a little bit of pushback and I say, okay, I'll subscribe to your channel, but what is your channel about? Give me a good, detailed reason as to what it's about. Because if you want me to subscribe to your channel just to increase your numbers, right? Same thing with Instagram. If you want me to follow you just to increase your numbers, it serves no purpose, right? Because if I follow you, but I don't really like your posts, I don't really go to your page, then you have a follower, but low engagement. So you really only want people following you that care about your message, care about what you have to say, that you know are being inspired by you and whatever it is that you're posting. So I wouldn't worry about this follower following back type of thing. I would focus more on, am I posting engaging quality content that people are enjoying? And for the people that are following me, do they feel happy that they're following me? Are they engaging with what I post? Do they like what I post? Think on the deeper sense rather than the numbers game. The numbers game is totally useless. Doesn't help you. Focus on helping people individually. And we talked about this the other day, Azim. It really is. It's knowing that you're helping just one person on the other side makes all the difference in the world. It truly, truly does. So if you're following someone, they're not following you back, don't sweat it, man. And if celebrities did follow people back, that would be super, super cool. I know there are some Instagram influencers and some YouTubers on Instagrams that do follow people back, which is cool. I love following you guys back if I see that you guys are posting fun and engaging content, you have interesting accounts, that you're posting about your life and you're doing awesome things. I follow a ton of you guys on Instagram, so I love hearing your stories. Look, if you want me to follow you on Instagram, just let me know. But like I said, be active on Instagram, post interesting things. Speaking of Instagram, I might as well mention this. Right after this live stream, guys, I'm going to end this at about 6 o'clock, so in about half an hour or so, I'm going to go live over on Instagram for our Instagram after party. It's a live stream just like this, but it's a lot more laid back. All the cool kids are invited. That's including you. This is your consider this your invitation. What I love to do is invite you guys on to video chat with me. So if you want to talk to me on Instagram, all you got to do is hit the little video request button. I'll bring you on to chat. It's very cool, very laid back, a lot of fun, guys. So going back to it, thank you again, Azim, for the $5 super chat. I asked you guys, what are some of your hobbies? I'm just going to breeze through them. Let's see. I love sport. I'm strong. I love producing music, making online sites. I'm a speed cuber. Kairav, that's really cool, man. I solved the 3x3 Rubik's Cube or any twisty puzzle in under a minute. That's pretty badass, man. MDH Game says, create video and stream train simulator. That's awesome. Judy says, I'm an artist visually. Trinity says, I play guitar, piano, draw, play, sport. Oh, man, I'm super behind. Okay. Whoa, thank you again Pokemon Mystery Dungeon for the win, man. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Boy, again with the gigantic super chat, man. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it, dude. He says, you already know my creative hobby. Dude, let's take a second here. I'll tell you guys about Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. So, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon is working on an animated series. Now, he has the first episode up on his channel, so if you're someone that likes Pokemon, definitely check it out. It's really, really high quality animation. Like, he does a really fantastic job. And because he spends a lot of time really getting the details right, it's taking quite a while. He's working on the second episode now, but it's an interesting story about Pikachu and a high-pitched Snivy. I think you guys should totally check it out. It's a really funny series. Check out his channel. That's his creative hobby. He's been working on his channel for a while. He's going to be putting together the series for quite some time. So if you are interested, guys, definitely check him out. I really love what he's doing. Every time he shows me a little clip of his next episode or whatever he's working on, I'm just blown away by it. So thank you again for the $50. That's a huge amount, man. I appreciate it. That's a huge amount. But thank you again so much for the $50 super chat, man. I don't even know what to say, but thank you. So yeah, and guys, like I said, you guys are naming some really photography. I see. I love to sing and dance. I could sing, but the nerves get to me. I hear you on that. I like to play video games, computer programming, ride bicycle. You guys share some really awesome creative hobbies there. And I think going back to the point on creativity, guys, as I was saying, guys, your creative personality is what's going to help you stand out. Now let's dive into the depth of creative personality. This here is the creativity model by Lynne C. Levesque, and it's from her book, Breakthrough Creativity, Achieving Top Performance Using the 8 Creative Talents. Now, I pulled this little snippet from her book because I think it's a good way to kind of think about our sense of creativity, right? Like, you guys mentioned a bunch of different hobbies and interests that you have, but we'll do a chat poll here, I guess, with this model right here. And I would say if you want to take a screenshot of this so you can think a little bit later about where you fall in, but I would want to know, where do you guys stand? Are you an adventurer, a navigator, explorer, or any of the others? Looking through some of them here, I would say that I feel like I'm pulled more towards maybe a visionary, see things way into the future, can grasp complex situations, highly focused. But I also fall more into like the the poet sense, the strong value system, deep thinker, good communicator, somewhat reflective. So even for myself, I'm trying to figure out which of these creative personality types do I align the most with. And I want to know what you guys have to say too. So everyone watching right now, just take a glance over these and let me know, which of these creative personality types do you feel that you maybe align most with? Is it one? Is it two of them? Is it a few different qualities in each? I want to know what you guys have to say. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon said, Navigator is me. Navigator is somewhat cautious and calculating, righteous, very practical, and consistent. Yeah, I'd say that's definitely you, man. I think that you fit the Navigator role really, really well. Let's see what some more you guys are saying in here. Puffle Pup says, hey Josh, I need your help. Sometimes when I'm left alone to talk with someone, literally anyone, I never know what to say. Puffle Pup, you should definitely check out my 20 icebreaker conversation starters. I'll link it up in the description, or if someone could type it out in the chat, that'd be really cool. But let's see. I'm seeing a lot of navigators here. Let's see. Melvin says navigator, I think. Darktar says, I would say navigator, to be honest. Andrew says navigator. Sam Lead says either navigator or poet, probably the former. Jelly Squat says crushers are usually because they're cute. Yeah, I hear you on that. Stuart says poet is me, but I'm also very spontaneous. Yeah, I hear you on that. I think being spontaneous is definitely part of your creative skill. Maybe you like to jump into new things. Maybe you're an adventurer too. You're kind of a blend of the poet and the adventurer, Stuart. Michael Techry says I'm an adventurer. Very spontaneous, detail-oriented, highly skilled in getting around obstacles. I could see that. Mohammed says, explorer, visionary, and pilot. Thank you, Donald, for sharing the icebreakers. Yeah, guys, Donald shared the link to the icebreakers there if you want to check it out. It's a really good guide. I think a good starter guide to work with. Hamish says, adventurer. Yeah, I could definitely see adventurer, Hamish. But guys, yeah, like I said, this is a creativity model. It's from the book. The book is linked on the bottom there of the picture, but look it up on Amazon. I'm going to link it up in the description of this live stream afterwards, but You know, thinking about your creative personality is going to help you start to say, you know what? If I'm an adventurer, if I'm someone that is spontaneous, if I'm someone that likes to think on my feet, then now you can kind of think about how you could present that to your crush. You're an adventurer. That's the lifestyle you live. So maybe think of interesting things and activities to do with your crush that you can bring up in conversation that match your personality, that you know you're just going to shine in. If you're a spontaneous person, you might want to tell your crush, hey, you know what? Let's go for a walk on Friday. No plans. Let's go for a walk and see where it takes us. Right? You're an adventurer. Maybe you'll find an ice cream shop. Maybe you'll just keep walking. Maybe you'll find something cool. Think deeply about your creative personality and where you kind of shine best. That's really going to help you start to stand out. Guys, all the points I'm making here are all about being able to stand out, to be your own self, to be unique in some way. And part of that is for your crush to observe those points. So like I said, if you dive into these traits, you dive into what makes you unique and what makes you stand out, then your crush is going to start to say, hey, you're different from everyone else. So let's jump into point number 4 here. Before I do that, I definitely want to give a huge shout out to the awesome, amazing community we have, guys. We have awesome people in here. If you're someone from the Discord community, jump into the chat right now and write the word Discord, just so people know. We know where you're from, man. Guys, our Discord community is just an awesome place. We have I don't even remember how many members we have now. I think we passed 600. I don't know if we're close to 700, 650 or something. I forgot what it was, but you guys should definitely check out our community. It's an awesome place to make friends, to meet other people that are working towards being their best selves. It's a great place to just share what's going on in your life. We have boards on there to ask questions, to talk about mental health, to talk about sexual health, to vent, to talk about your hobbies and interests. We got tons of different games in there as well. A lot of fun games in there. So guys, if you're looking for a community and you're finding it troublesome to talk to people or to work on yourselves, this is the best place to start. It's just an awesome place. And like I said, we all come together under the values of working towards being our best selves. It's a positive community, an uplifting community. We're all here to help each other out. So definitely check out the Discord if you are not a part of it. I want you to be a member. I truly do. All right. Let's keep moving on here. 628 members. We're at 628, guys. We're at 628. Let's see. How dare he use Discord Lite? I know, Stuart. I get dunked on every single time I use Discord Lite. Oh man, people just do not like that at all. I prefer light apps over dark. Sue me. Anyway, okay. Alex Byrne says, Josh, I like girls. I like their personality-wise, not by looks. Just be yourself. Yeah, and Alex Burns, look, I hear what you're saying, and there's nothing wrong with liking a girl only for her looks, right? Let's say, and let me break that down a little bit. Let's say you see a girl and you're attracted to her, and you think, wow, she's beautiful. I like her. That's awesome. That's great. That's all the more reason to pursue her, and all the more reason to talk to her, and all the more reason to get to know her better, right? Because you start with that attraction looks and you move deeper into their personality. You want to move away from this romanticized idea into the real person, into who she actually is. Josh, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Oh, it should be popping up any second now. Thank you again, Josh, for the $5 super chat. Josh says, would it be okay if I DM you? Would it be okay if I could DM you something? It's too long to ask over Snapchat. I really need help with something. Josh, definitely. Best thing to do is shoot me a DM over on Instagram. And let me know that you're the Josh from this live stream so that I can know, because I get a lot of messages on Instagram and it's hard for me to decipher and figure out who's who and be able to answer everyone in time. But if you let me know, Josh, I'll definitely jump in and answer your question. I'll help you out with whatever's going on. I understand it's too long for Snapchat. If Instagram's easier for you, then definitely message me over there, man. It's probably a good way to do it. But if for anyone too, and I'll pull this up. Thank you again, Josh, for the $5 super chat. I'll pull this up here. If you're someone that wants to talk to me one-on-one privately, you have something on your mind and you feel like, hey, I just want to sit with you, Josh, for half an hour and just kind of walk through a situation, walk through a problem, walk through something on my mind, becoming a patron is the best way to do that. You can become a patron or a YouTube channel member. All you got to do is go to patreon.com/thejoshspeaks or hit the join button down below on my channel. It should be next to the subscribe button. And you can become a member, and at the champion level membership, you can talk to me one-on-one, video through video chat every month. I love talking to you guys through Patreon. There's so many of you guys now that I just kind of schedule out different calls with, and it's just so much fun to catch up with you guys and see, hey, let's set a game plan for this month. And then when I catch up with you next month, you can fill me in on what happened. What did you do? What did you struggle? What hardships you're running into? You know, it's just an awesome place to catch up and get your questions answered directly, because when you're a patron and you're a champion, as Josh just died, I'm getting tongue-tied. Josh, thank you so much. Josh just became a champion level YouTube channel member. Thank you, Josh. Along with being a champion level member, you get the little icon next to your name. So I'm super, super grateful for you for becoming a champion level member, man. Thank you for that. I'm happy to have you as part of this community, man. I'm going to follow up with you, Josh. And guys, by the way, this is for anyone that is a community level member or a champion level member. Tomorrow, we're doing our community level hangout, which means everyone that's a patron or champion level member, patron or YouTube community member, you guys are going to get the invite to the exclusive community hangout. All of us get together on a video chat. It's like a 10, 12 people, however many people we can get at that time, to jump on a video call and to hang out and talk and fill each other in on what's going on. You'd be surprised how many times people are running into the same things you are, and how you can kind of just meet people that are in the same path in life, that are dealing with similar struggles, and you can make friends that way. So thank you so much, Josh. I truly appreciate it, man. I can't wait to reach out to you. Hamish, thank you for the £5 super chat. Hamish said, adventure, haha, I'm dying. I think you are an adventurer, Hamish. You live a pretty crazy, crazy life, man. I see you go on these jogs and you go hiking, and you just do a lot of fun things, Hamish. I know that you feel like you struggle sometimes and then you feel kind of alone or by yourself. And I think that, like I said, all I can offer essentially is our community, a place for you to talk about what's on your mind. I hope that's what you feel you have here in our community, man, because you're a really valued member. There's so many people here that care about you, man. Like, you're very loved and cared for by so many people here. We really want the best for you, and we really want to help you out, man. Imani says, can I text you privately? Absolutely, Imani. You have my number. You can always shoot me a text and we can talk over there. I don't have a thing yet for my text number. I got to set that up. But thank you, Hamish, for the £5 super chat. I really appreciate it. So going into point number 4 here, guys, let's talk a little bit about your level of empathy. Now, the reason why I included this trait is going to make sense in just a second. It's my water break here. Okay. The reason why I included your level of empathy is this. That's a fire truck going by. A lot of times we believe that, hey, our crush wants to see us be strong and bully and boss others around and do those things. And to some degree, it's attractive to see people being assertive. Not bossy, not bullying others, but to be assertive. Now, I believe you can be assertive and empathic. I believe you can be assertive, empathic person. And the reason why I include your level of empathy is because I think it's far greater to work on building your connection with other people rather than, bullying or bossing around or telling other people what to do. I think you can be a leader and be empathic. I think you can be a caretaker and be empathic. I think you can be a good friend and be empathic. I honestly believe that your level of empathy will make all the difference in making you stand out from everyone else. And here's why, guys. If you're the kind of person that stands up for other people, that steps up and says, hey, don't pick on that kid. Hey, that kid's cool. Don't bother him. If you're the kind of person that sees that your friend is having a bad day and you could turn to them and say, hey, is everything cool, man? Is everything all right? Let's go sit and talk for a bit. If you can offer that kind of care, right, and you can do it in your day-to-day lives, the moment that you move into doing it now with your crush, it's going to come natural for you. You're easily going to jump in and be able to share and connect with your crush and talk about what's on your mind. Raymond, thank you so much for becoming a supporter on YouTube as a YouTube channel member, Raymond. I truly, truly appreciate it, dude. The wrong one. This one should pop up in a second. Raymond, thank you, dude. Happy to have you on board, man. Thank you for all your support, man. And Josh, thank you for another $20 super chat. I really appreciate it, man. All right, guys, let's see what Josh said here. Josh said, would it be okay for sometimes it could be over text because I don't want anyone else to hear what's going on? I will do the video chat when no one's around if that's okay. And can I also not show my face for the video chats? Absolutely, Josh. Here's the thing. It's more so you're booking the time to talk to me one-on-one. So for you, if that's, hey, let's have a text conversation one-on-one for half an hour, let's do that. If it's, hey, let's have a voice chat. I do voice chats with people all the time. There's about 3 people that I do voice only with. And that's totally fine. I say video chat, meaning like we can jump on a video if you want, but definitely a voice chat is totally available, or like texting is definitely a way, Josh. What I want you to do is I want you to let me know on Instagram. Let me know who you are, so that I give you, what I do is for anyone that becomes a champion level member or channel member here, I flag you on Instagram, so it has a little orange icon in the corner. So I always know when your messages come in. I can always get to your messages first. So definitely, Josh, we will be in touch. Thank you for the $20 there. I mean, I really appreciate it, dude. Thank you for all the support as well. It means a lot to me, man. Raymond, thank you for the $1 super chat, dude. Good looks, man. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. I'm happy that it can be helpful for you guys. I'm happy that that as we do these live streams, as we talk every single week, as I learn from you guys, I hope that I'm sharing things that you feel resonate with you, that make sense, that you feel are practical, that you can actually act on. But that's what I was saying. So when it comes to developing that sense of empathy, like I said, work on your leadership skills, work on helping others. Because if you can work on those traits, people are going to want to turn to you. People are going to want to look up to you. People are going to feel like you're a person that they can look at and go, that's a good person. That's a person that's caring. And if your crush sees that you're the kind of person that's helping others, you're listening to others, man, trust me on this, you are going to stand out compared to so many other people, because there's so many people that don't emphasize that quality. They don't emphasize empathy. They just kind of go about their normal days and stuff. But if you're the kind of person your crush can go, wow, that is a good-hearted person, that's a caring person, you are going to stand out like no one else. Trust me on that, guys. Being said, I'm more of an adventurer and explorer, pilot and poet, because I'm more of a clean freak and very organized, and I love to travel to find inspirational moments. That's awesome, Bean. Bean, I agree with you on that. I think you're totally an adventurer and explorer. I think you fit those two really, really well. From all the things you shared and talked about with me, I think you just bring a lot of interesting things to the table. And it's like I said in the beginning, think about your interesting stories and the things you've done and work that into the conversation. I want to jump into point number 5 here, guys. Once again, I want to say thank you guys, every single one of you, for the super chats and for all the donations and just being a part of this community, guys. It really does mean a lot to me that you guys care about the things we talk about. You care about our topics stuff. I truly appreciate having each of you guys in the community. I think this is just an awesome, place. And I met so many awesome people, I think, here. And so many of you guys you impress me every single day. I have to say, you impress me. Okay, let's get to point number 5 here, guys, and that is this right here. The 5th trait, the 5th powerful trait that will make you stand out to your crush is developing your deep sense of self. Now, let's really think about what your deep sense of self looks like here, guys. When I talk about your deep sense of self, I mean being able to look inward at who you are and being proud of it. Being proud of yourself, being proud of what you've accomplished. So many of us reflect on our lives and feel like we're not good enough, we don't bring enough to the table, we're not smart enough, we're not cool enough, we're not good looking enough. But if you can look deep inside and realize that you are so special, you are so unique, that there is no one in this world exactly like you, you could start to appreciate that deep sense of yourself. You could start to realize that all I have to do is kind of put my real best self out there and be confident in my abilities to share what I've gone through, and be confident in my abilities to act in accordance with my values and to live my life in a way that I am proud of it. That is going to be the most powerful trait you can ever have to impress your crush. I don't care how good looking you are. I don't care how popular you are. If you have a deep sense of self and you know who you are, you're going to be able to work through battles of insecurity. You're going to be able to work through battles of jealousy, battles of ego. You'll be able to start to say, hey, you know what? Yes, I'm starting to feel insecure, but I know who I am. Yes, I'm starting to feel jealous, but I know who I am. Yes, I'm starting to misread and misunderstand things or overthink things, but I know who I am. And at the end of the day, I am me, and that's all I can be. I don't need to be anything else. I don't need to be anything else to impress anyone. All you need to focus on is being happy with who you are. So I want to do a chat poll here, guys, and I want you guys to be real with me. Be honest with me here. Do you feel like you have a deep sense of self? Do you understand your deep sense of self? Are you happy with who you are? And it's okay if you say no. This isn't I'm not saying everyone say yes. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say, I'm working on that. I'm trying to improve that. I'm trying to get better at that. Because I think for myself for a long time, I felt like I was working on it. I still feel like I'm working on it. I don't think I don't think you ever reach a point where, you feel like you're your best self and that's it. You're always learning and growing, and new situations and new outcomes come where you doubt yourself and then you push harder. It's just a natural part of life. So I think that what I want you guys to think about is that, do you feel like you understand your deep sense of self, and do you like who you are? I really want to hear what you guys have to say. Josh says no. Josh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I can't wait to talk to you and really dive into that, man, dive into why. Josh's Iroh leaves from the vine. That's my ringtone, actually. It's the Leaves from the Vine song. Falling so slow, like fragile tiny shells drifting in the snow. Little soldier boy comes marching home. Brave soldier boy comes marching home. Gets me in the feels every time. But yeah, guys, like I said, I asked you guys here, how do you guys feel? Do you feel like you understand your deep sense of self, and do you like who you are? Hubert said yes. Jalen said, I do understand. I'm happy with who I am, but I do wish I was taller, but I'm happy to be me. I understand, Jalen. Look, there's always going to be things that we're going to look at and we're going to feel a bit insecure about. I should be taller. I should be more muscular. I should, not have acne. But we have to first start from recognizing this is who we are. This is the life we have. We're alive right now. We're alive and breathing. And that's the first step. That's the first step, Everything else we can work on, but just recognizing that you're here. It's such a blessing to be alive. It's such a blessing to be here. Giselle says no. NS Fan says 75% yes, 25% no. I understand. Sheev Palpatine says, I just can't have a good sense of self while being 5'7" because I know this is considered inadequate. Sheev, I understand where you're coming from on that. I understand that you may feel, hey, you know what? It's inadequate by the standards of what everyone else wants. But there are lots of short people that don't prioritize in their own minds the fact that, hey, my shortness is going to be my downfall. And instead they say, you know what? If I lack this quality, or I lack height here, I can make up for in being a caring person. I can make up for in being helpful. I can make up for in being a good leader and being inspiring and being an empathic person. So while we all have our own shortcomings and things we struggle with, it is important to try to think about the other qualities we have that we are proud of. And like I said, it's our minds are always going to go back to the negative, go back to the things that bring us down. But sometimes we just have to try to catch that and see it and say, hey, you know what? There's a lot of negative self-talk going on in my mind right now. Let me focus on meditation. Let me focus on breathing. And let me just practice gratitude for where I am, the fact that I'm alive. Let that be my starting point when you start to fall into those negative thoughts. Judah says, I'm looking for you on Patreon, Josh. Judah Rondez, I'm the Josh Speaks. If you look, my Patreon's linked in the description as well. But yeah, it's patreon.com/the Josh Speaks. Let's see. Azim says, I'm happy with myself, but I feel like I need to improve myself to be my best self. So to understand yourself, you must look inside yourself. Only then will you find your other self. That is how you understand your true self. That's another Uncle Iroh quote. I think I said it right, maybe not. But yeah, Azim, I hear what you're saying on that. It's like we have to be happy with the fact that we're alive and here. That's step one. And then we can realize, you know what? Hey, maybe there are things I want to work on, right? We all have things we want to work on, and that's great. That inspires us to move forward. So I hear where you're coming from with that. Hamish says, I want to become my best self. Oh, I missed it. When always becoming a better person. I hear you on that, man. Let's see. Darius says, according to the Bible, Jesus was 5'7". Hey, look, you can't argue with that, right? Jesus was 5'7", and he apparently did some really cool stuff, man. So, okay. I'm going to answer a few more questions here, guys, before I kind of do the wrap-up of the points, the 5 points, and then we kind of jump into our mindful moment. For anyone that doesn't know, our mindful moment is me with my meditation bell, and we take just a brief moment to think about what we heard and what we talked about in this stream. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Jalen says, hi, Josh. I told my crush to be safe if she's going to school. She said, thank you. What should I do if I may not see her for a while? Jalen, yeah. I saw that you mentioned that before, that your crush is going to school and you're not, so you may not see her again. I think that talking to her online might be the only option there. When school does start up, you may want to ask her, hey, how did everything go? Is everyone social distancing? Are they wearing masks? Just try to get a little bit of the details to start the conversation with her. Star Wars Nerd said, Sheev Palpatine, all that matters is that you lead an empire. Yes, lead the empire. Azim there said, Josh, you gonna hop on Discord call? What's your game? So guys, like I'd mentioned, you guys should definitely jump over on the Instagram after party, because there's a troll that always tries to weasel his way in. And when he does sometimes get on the video chat, he gets on and he just goes, what's your game? What's your game? It's really weird, but it's kind of funny sometimes. So Azim, thank you for I am going to jump on the Discord call after the live stream there. So thank you for the $2 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. Okay, guys, let's go through these 5 points again. I want to walk you through. This live stream has been, let me get the main one up. This live stream has been all about the 5 powerful traits that will make you stand out to your crush. These are things that I think that if you prioritize, if you think about, if you work on in your day-to-day life, you're going to end up differentiating yourself from everyone else that's trying to talk to your crush. You're going to end up feeling more confident in your ability to stand out on your own. So let's walk through what those 5 points are, guys. Josh said, Josh is the new Iroh. Thank you so much, Josh. You know what? If COVID ends and kind of everything's fixed up and okay and people can go out and things are happening again, at the next Comic-Con, I'm going to cosplay Uncle Iroh. Uncle Iroh is one of my favorite characters ever. I love Avatar and Legend of Korra and all of that, man. And Uncle Iroh, I'm going to cosplay him next. That's going to be my next character. Mark my words. That's going to be my next character. Okay. It should be popping up here. But thank you for the $5 super chat, Josh. I really appreciate it. Okay. Let's walk through these 5 points, guys. 5 powerful traits that will make you stand out to your crush. Trait number 1, your life experiences. Look, we sometimes think we have no interesting stories to talk about. Our lives are kind of boring, but you've gone through so much. You've experienced so much. You have so many different hobbies and interests, and you have different friends in your life, and you've gone through things in school, and you've been on trips with your family, or you've had crazy moments in your life. These are all fun, interesting stories to talk about. And even the sad stories and the scary stories and the bad things that have happened, you can at least reflect on them and realize, you know what? These things happened, but I persevered. I worked through them. I found my way forward. So think very deeply about your life experiences, what you've gone through, because that's going to give you material to talk about with your crush. That's what's going to allow your crush to see that you're different. What's going to allow them to see that you bring something unique to the table, which is yourself, just you being yourself. Trait number 2 is your perspectives and beliefs. We all have different perspectives and beliefs, right? Our perspectives are influenced by what we've gone through in life, who we know, where we live. All these different things shape our perspectives. And our beliefs are based on what we see to be true in this world. For some of us, you may be religious. For other ones, you may not be. And maybe you're more of a spiritual, or you carry beliefs of we should all be kind to each other, right? It's important to live and carry out your beliefs, because if you're too scared to be honest about your perspective on something or your beliefs, your crush is not going to see you as a person who's just straightforward. Yeah, there are church bells. They go off at 6 o'clock, Arby. Your crush is not going to see you as someone who is being real. And the best thing you can do is be real with your crush. Let them see who you honestly are, what matters to you and what you care about. That's what's going to make you truly stand out and what's going to make you unique in their eyes. Number 3 is your creative personality. This is really what I think matters, guys, because as I said in my Tuesday video, creativity is a skill that stands out more than attractiveness. If a person sees that you're creative, that means that you have a potential to protect them. You're a good provider. You're caring. You're interesting. You're thoughtful. And understanding your level of creativity is what's going to make you stand out much more. I kind of showed before the creativity model here from Lynne C. Levesque, and just outlining the different 8 personality traits. And definitely, guys, I would recommend checking out her book, Breakthrough Creativity. It's a really good book, really interesting book that dives into these personality types so that you can see how you operate, what you function best as. And I think if you know what your personality type is, your creative personality type is, it then becomes easier for you to find interesting things to do, to find interesting things to talk about, right? A lot of you guys had said you consider yourself to be the navigator, right? Which is somewhat cautious and calculating, righteous, very practical and consistent. So in the book, she talks deeper about, like the navigator personality type and who they mesh best with and how they operate. So understanding your creativity level is going to help you kind of succeed more with your crush and stand out because, guys, let's be honest. The other people that are pursuing your crush are not thinking this deeply. They're not even trying. So if you take this step forward and you try, man, you are gonna step up and you're gonna hit that home run. Just quickly, Rage Master said, can you give us the link to the book, Josh? Yeah, Rage Master, I'm going to link it up in the description. I'll have a link there. It'll be an Amazon affiliate link, so I'll paste it in the description of the chat after. But actually, let me see if I can pull it up right now. But let me just quickly pull it up here. Oh, here it is. Let me copy the link. So this is the link to the Breakthrough Creativity book, guys. If you're interested in checking it out, that's the Amazon link there. Like I said, it's an interesting book. It's available on Kindle, so you can get the PDF version. And they also have the new book is $25, but I would say get one of the used copies. They're only about $8 there, so that might be easier for you. To guys, no reason to spend $25 on a new book there, but check out the book, guys. I think it's an interesting read. But let's get into point number 4 here, which is your level of empathy. I put a huge emphasis on this because I think that you can choose to impress your crush by being a jerk and being mean to others, or you can start to build a lifestyle that centers empathy and centers care about others, that allows you to be a leader, that allows you to be a caretaker, that allows people to feel like you're reliable and you're responsible and you're someone they can look up to. Building your empathy means understanding the struggle of others, understanding what they're dealing with, understanding their hardships, really connecting to their pain and what they're going through. The more you can work on that skill, the easier it's going to end up being for you to build better friendships, to build stronger relationships. And if your crush sees that you're someone that people look up to, someone that people go, wow, that's a really good, kind person, man, like I said, you're going to blow all the competition out the water. And point number 5 here is this. Understanding, the 5th trait is understanding your deep sense of self, guys. Look, it's very easy to be down on ourselves and to doubt ourselves and to feel like we're not good enough. But if you can kind of learn to reflect, if you can kind of stop for a second and say, okay, life isn't perfect. I don't have everything I want. I'm not everything I want to be, but I'm happy and grateful to be alive right now. You know what? I'm lucky enough to have maybe a friend or two that I can really turn to and share things with. I'm lucky enough to have a roof over my head. I'm lucky enough to have parents that care about me. I'm lucky enough to appreciate the fact that I am an interesting person, that I have cool hobbies and cool interests and things that I like to do, that I've been through a lot and I have a lot to share. If you can really, really reflect on that and understand that deep sense of self, guys, then I think you are really on your way to standing out to your crush. And one thing I want to emphasize, guys, is this as we move into our mindful moment. Thank you guys again for being a part of this live stream. I hope this was helpful. I truly, truly appreciate all the super chats, guys. It's insane. It means so much to me that you guys care and you want to support. And for anyone that became a new channel member or even the super chat donations, thank you guys. I can't wait to engage with you more, especially for those that, for Josh who became a channel member. I can't wait to talk to you one-on-one and kind of just dive into what's going on in your life, man. As we approach this mindful moment, I have my bell here. I want us to realize something, guys, because I titled this live stream in a way that I maybe wasn't being all that honest. Because in it, I talked about learning these powerful traits so that you could stand out to your crush. And that's great. But at the end of the day, working on these powerful traits is more for yourself. It's more to realize how awesome of a person you really are. And yes, your crush will benefit from observing it and seeing it and being on the receiving end of it. But if you can truly learn to love yourself, that is the greatest trait that you can ever possess. And the more you take time to understand who you are, the more confident you're going to be, the more secure you're going to be, the more creative and inspired and courageous you're going to be. I know you have what it takes to be somebody great. I say this all the time because I really believe in it, guys. So I'm going to raise the meditation bell here. What I want us all to do right now, for everyone listening, I want us all to close our eyes. We're going to do this together. We're going to close our eyes. I clickbaited. I mean, not intentionally, but it's like all this is beneficial for your crush, but I think deeply it's for yourself. Deeply, that's what it's for. I want us all to close our eyes and think now about how unique of a person you really are. That there really is no one else in this world like you, that you have a unique experience and a story that's worth telling. I want you to know how valuable that truly is, and that the value you bring is just in being yourself. So let's close our eyes for 10 seconds and think about the value you bring in just being yourself. That little ding is to warm up the bell. It's to get the bell ready. I want you to know that no matter what you're going through, there are people that love you, there are people that care about you, and there are people that want you to succeed. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this live stream. I truly appreciate it. I can't wait to talk to you guys over on the Instagram after party. This was a great talk, and I hope these points were inspiring. Now, what I want you to do if you're watching the replays is check out the videos over there on the side, where I'm going to go deeper into getting your crush to notice you and just working on just displaying your personality in the best way you can. Thank you guys again so much for being a part of this live stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Check out the subreddit. Jalen mentioned it, guys. We have a subreddit as well. Check it out. It's just an awesome place to be, guys. I will catch you guys next time. As always, love and peace. See you guys then.